Emet Hashem, this week we will see the psukim inside. Emet Hashem, next week we can also try to figure out through the maps where's I and where's Beisel, Beis Oven, all of these places. Let's start the psukim inside. Va'imalu bnei Yisrael ma'al b'cherem. Vayikach Ochon ben Karmi ben Zavdi ben Zerach lemati Yehuda ben Cherem. Vayichar af Hashem b'nei Yisrael. We learned in the previous perek about Kibush Yericho. Yericho, Ir Sogeres u'Mesugeres ein Yetzer ve'ein bo. And even though that Yehoshua ben Nun, we had the machlokes in the Rishonim, if this was actually Mitzivui from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, this was part of the Tzivui HaKadosh Baruch Hu, not to take from the Ma'al, that means to leave it, or yes to take it, that means Yehoshua ben Nun himself. And we explain it because this has to do with everything that is first, you give to the Rebbeinu Shalom. Right? Everything that's first, you give to the Rebbeinu Shalom. So that we say, Va'imalu b'nei Yisrael Ma'al, this Ma'al has to do with the, even though the whole of Klal Yisrael Mo'el Ma'al, no. It's not the whole of Klal Yisrael the Mo'el the Ma'al. It's not only Chelik of Klal Yisrael. Only we see over here only Ochon. We don't see over here anyone else. After we call this the whole of Klal Yisrael. So then we come to the Chelik of Arvis. What about beforehand? We can see that this is not, the Gemara said that this is not the first time what he was Mo'el Ma'al. This is not the first time. The Gemara says, sorry. Let's start with the Sifri. Sifri says, Ein me'ile, when we said me'ile, Ein me'ile bechol mokim elo shikur. He was lying about it. Ve'oimer, what's the raya that this is shikur? It means the raya, ve'oimer va'imalu b'nei Yisrael ma'al b'cherem. And that's the raya that this ma'al is also, because he was lying. He was lying to the people. Yehoshua ben Nun says not to take the ma'al, and for whatever reason it is, he takes a ma'al. You can see what was the vikor between Ochon with Yehoshua ben Nun. There was a certain argument between the two, between Ochon and Yehoshua ben Nun. In this ma'al, so we start va'imalu b'nei Yisrael. Keilu, the whole of Klal Yisrael had to do with the ma'al. What's the chat? Be'emes, right? It should be va'imalu Yisrael ma'al va'ikach Ochon. So why va'imalu b'nei Yisrael? If you're telling me va'ikach Ochon, so why is the va'imalu b'nei Yisrael? You're telling me va'imalu b'nei Yisrael ma'al b'cherem. How? Because va'ikach Ochon ben Kami ben Zavdi ben Zerach. If it's the whole of b'nei Yisrael, so why are you telling me va'ikach Ochon? And then va'ichar af Hashem b'nei Yisrael. So you tell me that this was va'imalu b'nei Yisrael. Then you tell me who took the ma'al va'ikach Ochon, and then you tell me va'ichar af Hashem b'nei Yisrael. Is that what says of that medrash? O ish echod yechto v'akol ha'idor iktzoi. What's the pshat? Chazal, the Gemara in Sanhedrin, Daf Mem Gimel, teach us that the punishment over here was from the Gidrei Arvus. Kol Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh. If a person does Aveira, his friend does something. When they were mekabeling themselves this deal of Arvus, that Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh, and to get punished for each other, that was only from when they crossed the Yarden. That means Alal Historis. And a Niglois, there's a machlokes tanoim up there. It was already in the time of Moshe, beforehand of Niglois, but this is definitely from the Historis. Like an Historis, Hashem Elokeinu, and Niglois, Lanu Vaneinu. The Niglois, there's a machlokes over there, before Maimon Har Sinai, there was already the Arvus, but the Historis, that the whole shine is only about the Historis, and it was only from Arvus when they crossed the Yarden. Now they cross the Yarden, and that's why it says "Va'imalu b'nei Yisrael ma'al." Because now, once we learn the pasuk "Kol Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh," as I said, the Gemara Shmuel, the Flametev Samedalev. What's the pshat? So what is the pshat over here that we learned from this? The Gemara many times brings. This is the Mekor "Kol Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh." We have it from over here, right? Sorry, also the Parshas Azinu we find it, but we find over here "Kol Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh." As the Gemara explains. What's the pshat? Everyone has to feel that he's part of a klal. You don't live for yourself, you're part of a klal. Right? There's a state of Mishnah and Oves, base Mishnah Ches. Al tachzik toivo le'atzmecho. Or means al tachzik toivo le'atzmecho. So one of the shotim of the Medrash Shmuel, Seif the Medrash Shmuel on Masechah Sovit explains, Im lo malto toiro arbe. And you got a certain hasogas in Torah. Al tachzik toivo. That means that the Torah is le'atzmecho. Al tachzik toivo. What's a toivo? Toivo is toiv sachro mikol schoimon. Toivo is the Torah. Al tachzik toivo. Don't hold the Torah le'atzmecho, to yourself. That's and don't want to teach other people. Verkehrt. Yefutzu meinesecha chutza. Al tachzik toivo le'atzmecho. Why? Because that's the reason. Lilmoid ulelamed lishmo v'la'aseh, to teach other people, right? As we know, that there's a famous Chasam Sofer. The Chasam Sofer brings in Droshes. He brings on the apostle Eli Mati Eschem Chukei Lishmotim. He says, if someone has a kavanah when he's learning Torah, he teaches Torah. It's also, he says, it's a mitzvah rabba. It's a great mitzvah. It's a great mitzvah, but if he's not matzliach in his learning, if he teaches other people, he says, a person has a kavanah when learning the Torah, to know the Torah, it's a big mitzvah. But if the person wants to come for the tachlis of learning, he has to learn the tachlis lelamed acherim, to teach other people as well. Why says the Chasam Sofer? Kios, when the person is learning with the tachlis of lelamed acherim, to teach other people, kios b'meile matzliach belimudai. That's what the Chasam Sofer. The meile person is matzliach is learning more in his own learning now. Now of his own learning, even though the Oira was a pshat in it, he says, because by teaching other people, a person is learning more than what he's going to learn. Now, and that's the pshat of Yisrael. Everyone of Klal Yisrael is asking not only for himself, because he wants to learn for other people. And the Sefer Hasidim, he brings them, he brings them a day, a pasuk in Daniel. Pasuk in Daniel says, Chotonu, Roshonu, right? He says there, he says a klal. Why? When we say Oshamnu, Ogadnu, Ozanu, Oshamti, what's we say for Yemen? Right? Oshamnu, Ogadnu, they say Islam say sorry. Oshamnu, of Yemen. So Oshamnu, Oshamti, Ogadeti, it's based on the pasuk in Daniel. Chotonu, Roshonu. To be Roshati, Chotosi. Well, what's this stuff in Yemen? Well, why are you including yourself? Exactly, because Kol Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh. That's what he brings. Says the Sefer Hasidim, Shene'emar be'ochon. And he brings the pasuk later on, the pasuk in Kapitel Chobeis. What says over there, Hu Ish, right? The pasuk later on in Kapitel Chobeis is put on the different pasuk about Ochon. And over there it says, Haloi Ochon ben Zerach Moal Ma'al B'cherem. ועל כל עדת ישראל לא יהיה קצב, והוא איש אחד לא יגובה באבו, They don't, I'm reading out from Kapitel Chobeis, Pasuk Chof. Kapitel Chobeis, Pasuk Chof. Over there's mashma, that word, והוא איש אחד לא יגובה באבו, That's why we ask, B'loshen Rabbi says that Sefer Hasidim, Slach lonu avinu, ki chotonu. There's a plural, not as a singular, because we all, and when we say also on, right, al chatoim, shonu chayovim aleim, skila Sefer. V'chenek, even if a person knows that he didn't do the Averas, he's chayav skila. Why he says it? Because he's including himself in the whole of Klal Yisrael. And he said, there was a ketzer on the whole of Klal Yisrael. Why? The emphasis, it's double v'yipuchoy. Double v'yipuchoy. Mitzad echad, we know also, the Gemara in Yuma Daf Pevav and Beis, the Gemara says, Fakir. Yochid she'oso tshuva, or Yochid she'oso tshuva, moi chalil, it works both ways. Doesn't work only one way. Works both ways. Yochid she'oso tshuva, moi chalil lefan ha'ilom, Let the whole world is have mechila because this person done tshuva. What's the pshat? There's actually the Gilin Hashas of there in Kiveger, Gilin Hashas. He brings down over there a Ramami Pano. The Ramami Pano Mama Chikuradin. He brings over there, and what's the pshat? Because over there in Peivam on the base and Yuma. Why? Because of he says because that's Brisa all of Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh, and someone has he has a mechila, so it's comes to the same shaykhs. Yeah. So let's explain a second. Okay, that's it's going in a little bit different shot, but let's explain that about we know b'derech klal people you tell them off about something, what he answers you, mind your own business, right? As he does. Why shouldn't you say mind your own business? Because Alvis, yeah, you have the right to tell him no, I saw something wrong, I want you to fix it, I don't want you to think. What? And why dafka the Alvus? We find the Indian of Alvus. And you could be moitzi in Kiddush because of alvos. It could be moitzi All the mitzvahs, a bracha, you might see why, because the union of Arvus. What's the pshat of Arvus? Dafka over here, when they're coming in the Eretz Yisrael, they cross the Yarden, right, as we saw the Gemara over there, the Gemara Sanhedrin, they cross the Yarden, they get punished also on these stories. What's the connection? Why Dafka now, when after they went into the Yisrael, they cross the Yarden, Dafka now comes over here, the beginning of Sefer Yehoshua, they have this union of Arvus. So let's start with the Ramak. The Ramak, the Moshe Cordovero, in the Sefer Toimer Dvoiro, in Perik Aleph. He brings over there the Midas, right? He goes through the Midas of Yud Gimel Midas Rachmim. On the Midah of L'She'eris Nachlosoi, on the day he brings, he says, Kol Yisrael, the whole of Klal Yisrael, they are She'er Bosor, Eilu im Eilu. All of them have, why? Because the Neshomas are Kol. We know there is Shishim Nishmos Yisrael, and the Neshomas come from one place, Mikul Machzata, under the Kisei HaKovod. So the Neshomas, as he's called, and each one has a chelek of each other. And that's why, that's the reason of Kol Yisrael, Arevim Zezeh, because it's mamish. It's not stam Kol Yisrael, Arevim Zezeh. Everyone has a chelek of his friend, because everyone, when he has a chet, he's poigim in the Neshomah. So we mail everyone. Okay. If we say that, if we understand that Nishmas Yisrael is Chad, just what the Gufim is Gufim Nifronim, right? And this is what the Mevor and many Sforim, the Semi Kabbalah, is more than the Zohar. The Zohar in Bereshi says, Gufet delay levushe, Ihu ve'aldok. Even brings a pasuk in here, oil ubasor b'sheini. That's a pasuk that what the basar of the person is levush, but mitzad the person himself, the neshama, the whole of Klal Yisrael is one guf. Right, the whole of Klal Yisrael is one guf, and this is already mentioned many times in Yitzchayim and many Sforim. It's brought down this idea of the whole of Klal Yisrael is one neshama. Now, if you look at the words, Kol Yisrael, Arevim Zalazeh. What is Arevim? What is Arevim? Iruv, Ta'aroives, a mixture, right? A mix. That everyone is mixed together, all mixed together. Why? Everyone has a chelek mizeh, the chelek mizeh, as we said in the Zohar state. Everyone has a chelek from each other. And that is, everyone is Arevim Zalazeh. And also now we have the Arvus. Right? The Arvus is the Orev. Garador, something, right? Because Mamish, each one, he has a chelek of his family. Mainly he's Orev Zalazeh, and he has a chiyuv to look at the one the other one. Okay. And this is more than Barichas. We have this in the Arvei Nachal, many Sforim we speak this idea. But let's see, actually, as we said, over here, as Rabbi Cohen asked, we have Ochon, Ben Karmi, Ben Zavdi, right? The first pasuk. Vayimalu bnei Yisrael ma'al b'cherem, vayikach Ochon Ben Karmi Ben Zavdi Ben Zach lemat Yehuda min hacherem, vayicharach Hashem b'nei Yisrael. Ochon Ben Karmi Ben Zavdi Ben Zach lemat Yehuda. As we know, Leke Mide when the Ramiza Boirai says, the Gemara says in Tiny Daf Tes Amud Aleph. The cherem of Ochon is also the rules in the pasuk in the Torah. Where? By Peretz and Zerach. And we have to go back to Peretz and Zerach. When they gave it, right? When Tomo, Yehuda, giving birth. And it says over there, Rashi brings down over there, from a medrash, Bereshis Rabbe, Arba Yodois, right? It says by the later, by the birth of Peretz and Zerach, how many times Yod, the Yad, it says over there? 4 times. Why? Keneged Arbo Charomim Shemo Al Ochon Sheyotzo Mimenu. This is not Rashi. Rashi al Torah, yeah? What's the pshat? What is the pshat? Okay. So we're mentioning over here Zerach. It's not Stam. This Ochon Ben Karmi Ben Zavdi Ben Zerach. This Zerach, the Mata Yehuda, the son of Yehuda, has to do it. Why? Because he was already Sidrati, as you call it. You know, I mean, not first time, not second time, 4 times already. This one is Mamish. What a pshat. What a pshat. Says the Maharal. The Maharal explains in Gur Aryeh over there on Rashi, al Torah, over there in the Gur Aryeh explains as well. Because he didn't have children. That means Bori D'Almeh. Just what? He had children that were Noilad B'Gzeirash Hashem Yisborach. As a doctor, Al Pi HaTeva, he shouldn't have children. Right? As we see, El, Oinon, he shouldn't have children. And he says that what? Peretz comes out from Peretz, Malchus Beis David. Yeah, Yehuda. Zach itself, Mitzad Atzmoi, is going to come out who? Ochon. Ochon was Moyle the Charamos, as we find. And he says, the Maran says, Ze Dovo Godoin. Why? Yehoshua Peretz, there was Peretz, and from him came out the Malchus. And we know Melech, Peretz, Geder, and that's also the Malchus. And the other one is taking everything not there. Everything is taking Beyad, right? And that's Beile, and that's what's also. What's up shot? He says, he says, if you look at the words Peretz and Zerach, what's up shot? Peretz and Zerach. He says, these two kids, Peretz and Zerach, are Levono and Chamo. Both of them, Melochim, Moishlim and Melochim. Melech, Peretz Geder, Lasis Lo Derech B'Mishpot, right? The Gemara is saying the Chof of the base, but a Melech is not Poishet Yad. He doesn't take something that doesn't belong to him, right? Klal Yisrael, they can't Levono. Why? The Levono is the Mo'irakot, as the Gemara says in Sukkah of the Samadal, right? The Mo'irakot is the thing. Peretz was loiche that the Malchus based David comes out of him. It is called Peretz Lasis Lo Derech. Melech Peretz Lasis Lo Derech. That is the Peretz. The Levana, as we know, less than Migarmei Klum. The Levana doesn't have from itself anything. Where does the light of the Levana comes from? From the sun. And that's a kind of Bitul. That even though it's a Melech, but he's mevatel himself with the Achnoe, Klape the sun. Klal Yisrael count on Lemois HaLevon, not Lemois HaChama. The Chotche HaLevana, the Klal Yisrael called the Amech Kulam Tzadikim, because as it says over there in Gemara in Chuli Daf Samach, and even the Melochim or Machniah themselves, is Svatlas Gemara for HaKadosh Baruch. Mitzat Sheni, Zerach. Zerach is connected the sun, connected the Chama. And he's also a king, but he's Poishet Yad. He's Poishet Yad more than what a Melech gets. And that's why he's not Roi, he's not able to be a Melech. It comes out from him. Ochod, as we said, Ochod is a Poishet Yad. He's Moyel. He sends his hand where it doesn't belong to. And he's Moyel the Charamos. And that's what it says over there, that Peretz and Zerach, when they got born, it says over there Yad. Why? He wants to go out first. He wants to, first of all, his hand to come first. And that's why that's the koyach. He has the koyach of the sun. And that's why how he's called. Zriche. When the sun comes out in the morning, how does it call? Vayizar Hashemesh, the Zriche, that's what it's called. Zerach. Actually, the Ramban says it on the Pasuk of there, that Zerach is called Zerach, Hashem, Zrichas Hashemesh. That's the on Ramban. And he was Moel, how many Charamos he was Moel, in the Gemara? 4. Rashi brings it, it's a Bereshis Rabbah, 4 Charamos. Why? When was the sun Nitle? Which day? The 4th day, Nitlu Amoiros, right? Revi Ledos was Nitlu Amoiros. That means that he had already the shoyresh, the root of his nature, the teva, he had the name Malchus. But because he didn't understand how to pure his teva of the Malchus, because Yehuda, the Yosu Shevet, Yehuda, we learned this passage of Raglam. He didn't understand. He didn't have this midas batlus, what the king has to have, and he turned to be Poiretz Shaloi Kedin. And that's the difference. Melech Poiretz Geder, but it has to be Kedin. And someone's Poiretz Geder Shaloi Kedin, he's Poiretz Yad, he takes something that doesn't belong to him, and that is Zerach, what he was Poiretz Yad. And that's what we say over here, that we have Poiretz Yad. The Kliyakov, on the Pasuk over there, he explained it more Musadik. The B'derech Musa, he explained as like, what's these Daled Yodos? What's the 4 times the Daled Yodos what we find by Zerach? Since they have a remez over there, if someone has chemnas amomon, he says. Someone is chemnas amomon. Says we know Chazal say, Ein odom nitna min oilom, v'chatzi ta'avos b'yodoi. Yesh b'yodoi boneh, or it's a Mosai, right? There's a medrash shekoyeles rabbe. Every person, how many hands he has? Shtei yodayim, 2 hands. Right? He has 2 hands. With this, he works, says the Kliyoko, person works very, very hard with his 2 hands to get somewhere in life. Right? If he has a task, he works very hard. And he has 2 hands and he's working with 2 hands. And it's not enough what he has in his 2 hands, right? Because who gave him what he done with his 2 hands. It's not enough for him. He wants more and more and more. He has chemna samawan. And that means if a person has 2 hands, how much he wants? 4 hands. Right? He wants stuff, but he wants more. And that's the shield of someone. He says the choimed was signed. He's double for what he has, and that's the other is what comes to the Merabes, as like the Kiyoko, I'll say the Musa. And that's what we learned also in the Brachos of Yehuda. What we learned in the Brachos of Yehuda, Yodov, Rov Loi, right? What is Rov? Rov is enough. Yodov, Rov Loi. Is enough, right? Like we learned Rav Loch, Al Toisev, the Beir Elai, but no. That's the shot Asa we saw of Tia. Okay, this is the thing. Okay. But Zerach was not Rov Loi. Didn't have enough, and he wanted to take more than what he deserved. Vayislach Yehoshua, Anoshim Yerichoi. Yeshua sends over there the people, the Asher in Beis Oven, Mikedem le Beisel, Mikedem before to the east of Beisel. We're going to Met Hashem next week. We're going to try to bring the maps. We're going to show exactly where they ran, how they ran back, where they came up. We're going to see exactly the topographic of it, the thing to see how they go up and they run back down and where they came from. Vayemer aleim, leimon, alu veraglu es haaretz, vayalu. They go up because we can see Met Hashem. We can see it's up on mountains, so that's why they went up. Vayalu, v'noam shom. They went out over there. Vayalu anoshim vayaglu es haaretz. Yehoshua, they come back to Yehoshua, and they tell Yehoshua, you don't need everyone to go up to fight Ai. It's enough over there. Kalpaim, Kolom, Kalpaim, Shloish Zalov, Yalo, Vayakos, Alti Yaga, Shombo, it's Kolom, Kimateimo. Ai is not so serious. It's enough over there to have how much people? A few people is going to be enough. You don't need more than that. Who was these people? Both, you know, maybe. Who's these people? The Anoshim, the same Anoshim. Who's the Meraglim of Ai? I was trying to find, I couldn't find. Maybe you know. Maybe someone knows the Anoshim. We said the Anoshim beginning of they were sent. Who was the Anoshim? We said that was Pinchas and Kali. Over here, who's the Anoshim? I did see once. I don't remember where, but I did see one that's the same Anoshim. You think so? That's why I don't know. I saw one that they do say that the Anoshim was the same Anoshim, Kalev and Pinchas. Okay, Kenza. These same Anoshim, Anoshim. Very good. You saying I is very interesting because there was two places in Eretz Yisrael, and that's why we dafka and makpid over here to say, we can see Mount Hashem next week, we see the map. There was two eyes. There was an eye, a larger one, and that's why it says with the hay. Eyes, or velocity, right? We say, this eye, and not the other one, because it was actually two eyes. So that's what we're saying over here with the A. Yeah. But, okay. We have to understand who was. I remember Azazach, I don't remember from where. But you don't think. Okay. You don't remember. Okay. Both doesn't remember, probably it's not you. Right? No, I didn't. I was looking today for the medras. I couldn't find the medras, but I was like, you take it. Okay. So Alu v'raglu v'Yehoshua Yehoshua. So they say it's enough over there to have 2,000, 3,000 ish. Yalu v'Yakos. Al diaga, yeah. V'yalu minom shomo kishloishes alof min ish v'yonusu ifnei. And they even didn't start the battle. They have like a pachad and they run away from Anshe. What's up, chat? Alu v'raglu esoretz. Chat is like raglu esoretz to be meragel means to go around the city. And even the first meraglim was sent to be meragel is kol haaretz, right? As we found before. So the choire, why do they need the meraglim now? I can ask a very simple question. If I'm in the beginning of Yehoshua, Kolim and Pinchas was sent meragel Yerichoi and kol haaretz. If it's kol haaretz, including I. So why need now another meragli five? They were doing meragel. They were sent to the spies, yeah. Oh, very good. Because we know, and eventually the meraglim, they didn't go everywhere. And then they went only to Yerichoi. In the beginning, they were sent only to do the spy only on the land. But then when they came to Yerichoi, there was the whole story, and that's why they ran away. Vayakum behem anshe Ai. Yeah.
If they've already known out Yericho, which is Raglan, just told me before the river is deep space place. Once not that river, that's it. So what is the Raglan?
Exactly, that's what he's saying over here. That's what supposed to explain over here. Why? Was it shot? Exactly. If it was a milchama, probably the people of the eye they would run away before first. But over here, suddenly Klal got a pachad, and they started to run away even before the milchama because
Why did the Raglan first place? Basic problem base.
Yeah.
Why did Yehoshua have to go right? The line was told. No, but it's told that once you don't have your info, that's it.
Who said that? Rachel was saying no, but Yehoshua bin Nun, he understood that. No, you do need to go to look online. They need to. No, we see. I heard the Shaila. You should ask even better. Like Rashi, right? What Rashi says in the capital base, first Rashi. What Rashi says? Yerichoi kosho shebekulam. Right? Kosho shebekulam. That's what Rashi says. If it's kosho shebekulam, yeah. Because maybe to see from where it's easier to come in. Maybe that was the purpose. Maybe I don't know. Maybe we can answer a good question. Maybe we can answer that's why it was sent for that purpose to see that we don't need it. Because they understood that if Yerichoi, we needed the whole of Klal Yisrael. The Shaila is how much do we need for you? You don't want to take out the whole of Klal Yisrael to battle. Let's take out 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. That was the purpose maybe of this. I don't know. I didn't see it anywhere, but maybe that's the shot. And that's when they come back and what they're giving advice. Who asks you for advice? Say, yeah, there's no thing. They're coming back and saying, no, it's enough. 2,000, 3,000 people. That's enough. So actually, the Kliyoko says, what the shot that they're giving advice. He says, Ruach Hashem ito oisam. Okay, this is like the voice. Ruach of the voice. The way he says, Ruach Hashem ito oisam. Why? Kedei lemayit benezek asher ikra be'avoyna be'ile b'cheirem. ולקרב הדבורים אל הטבע, לעש יסצור נזמור שינץ מספקים על הלוך ויבריחו. This is not supposed to ruach and fakir was a chesed. Because whatever would go against the eye, they would fall. Because the mal of Offer. That's when he came back and gave this advice of 3,000 as a chesed Hashem. Only 3,000, not more than that. They don't take Kliyoko. Kliyoko Onach. Pasuk, hey. This is a pasuk, very interesting pasuk. There's many midrashim on it. ויקום מהם אנשי כי 36 כי חוכדמיין כי 36 איש 36 people וירדפום לפני השער. That means in front of the gate they ran ad hashevorim. What's ad hashevorim? So some say ad hashevorim till they broke them, and some say ad hashevorim a place what's called shevorim. ויקום בmoirod, they running down back the mountains. ואימס לבב הום ויהי למוים. The heart melts, they turn into water. It's an expression that means that they actually lost. So in this, we know the Chazal in Sanhedrin, the Medallah says there was no 36. There was one person who was Shokul Keshloishim. Who is that? Yoel ben Menashe. The Gemara says that Yoel ben Menashe was Rosh Sanhedrin, and he fell. And in Tanchumah, in the beginning of Parshas Nitzavim, and the Chumash says that Kol Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh. And what's the pshat Kol Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh? It says over there, She'ein Nifroim min Orev Tchilo. Right? If you say Kol Yisrael Arevim Zelazeh, let's say I came and I asked you for a loan. Okay. You told me who says you're going to give it back. I tell you, look, I have an Orev. I have an Orev. If I don't pay back, he will pay back. When you come to ask me for back for the money, right? Where's the debt? You owe me the money. You go first to the Orev. First you come to the Loive, right? And then if the Loive doesn't pay, you go back to the Orev. What happened over here? They should go to Ocham first. Even the whole reason that the Klal is getting punished, why? Because Kol Yisrael are giving the You first go to the Horeb. No, you first go to the. What's the pshat in this? What's the pshat that you're now going straight away? Before any for the right, it's not any for me. No, first you go to the lawyer, pay back the loan that you took, right? Pay back the debt, and if he doesn't have what to pay, okay, let's go to the Horeb. Now the Horeb is going to be. So now when they paying back, who's paying back? There's 36 people. Why before we were paying from Ochon? So I saw in the Sefer Rina Fitzchok, he brings the Shem Rebo Rebel. The Shem Rebo Rebel. Rebo Rebel Leibovitz, the Birka Shmuel. He said as he brings some Drusha Arvus. He said as that there's two types of Arvus. There's two types of Arvus. There's what's called the Orev Stam or an Orev Kablan. Even though you're right, what we said now is very nice, it's an Orev Stam. So what we said, 84 mean Orev Tchila. This is Dafka when? An Orev Stam. Orev Stam, okay. But the Orev Kablan, you could be Goyrev, Orev, straight away. The Arvus, he says, that Klal Yisrael or Mitzrayim, and Arvus Moyom, means the Arvus, what Kol Yisrael Arei Yisrael, it's the Arvus of Orev Kablan. It's a big Kiddush, Orev Kablan. And because the Arvus of Klal Yisrael is the Orev Kablan, in Mele the 36 people got punished from Ochon. Huh? Yeah. No, that's ours. The iron. Always. Where is the iron? So, the Gemara teaches us, right? We said the Gemara Sanhedrin from Dalet, that there was Ish Echad. Who was that Ish Echad? Yoir ben Menashe sheshokul keneged ruboy shel Sanhedrin. And that means Yoir ben Menashe, he was a mufle shel Sanhedrin. That means that he was chochmosa. He was like shokul keroi b'Sanhedrin. That means we have a suffix in the Gemara, the Rishonim already, with the mufle shel Bezdin. That means the mufle, the most important one, the Roiv Chochmeh of the Sanhedrin, have a machloikis of the Roiv of the Sanhedrin. Rav Bezdin say one thing. The Mufle, the Choshev, like Yoel ben Menashe, says something else. Who he passed like? Now, if this is what we said that the Mufle of Sanhedrin is Shokul Keneged Roiv Sanhedrin, we have to say that one. If the Mufle says one thing and Roiv Sanhedrin say one thing, so what are we going to say? There's no Achor because it says Achei Rabim Le'atos. So you're going after Roiv Deis or we're going after Roiv Chochmah? In Roiv Deis we have Roiv Chochmah. Not what we see over here. That Roiv, what is the Roiv over here? What we going after? Okay.
If he was the Rosh Hashanah, setting out his house, why would you give? I mean, surely the last people who you're having this to go back.
I understand that 3,000 people went out. One of the 3,000 was the Yoel ben Menashe. No, 3,000. No, 3,000 went. So what he's saying, why from the 3,000 you're picking up Yoel ben Menashe?
That was a better. He was leading. Yeah, he was the head of something. They didn't have a better. But now, stop alarming.
I just suggesting something. I'm just thinking about something. Good question. Very good question. I'm just thinking maybe, because we find in the battle going into Tzisol, we find that Dahu Chalutzi, who actually went in front of the Machaneh, Shevet God, Shevet Ruben. They were the ones to fight more than anyone else. That's Klor and the Psukim, right? So maybe because the ones that also Chatzi Shevet Menashe is Azay. Maybe. We don't find it Azay, but maybe. I'm just suggesting, yeah? Chatzi Shevet Menashe, Yoyer, some Dach Menashe. Okay, it's nicht kein Teretz, aber yeah. Why? Because Ruba Shel Sanhedrin. No. Ruba Shel Sanhedrin. Because we have 70, so Ruba is that thing, yeah. Yeah, Avishai also, we have the same thing. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I have noch ein Pasuk. Va'ikra Yehoshua Simlo Yisor. Va'ipol al Ponov Artso. Lifnei, that's the Filas Apayim we find by Yehoshua, as the Gemara says many times, right? לפני ארון השם, עד הערב הוא וזקני ישראל, ויעלו עופר על ראשם. ויאמר יהושע, אהו, אוי, השם אלוהיקים, למה העברתו האוויר, הסרום הזה, הירדן, לא שזריסנו ביד האמורי לעבידנו, ולו הועלנו, ונשת בירדן, ביד האמורי לעבידנו, ולו הועלנו, ונשת בעבר הירדן, בי השם, מו, אוימר אחרי אשר הופך ישראל אוירב לפני אויבור, וישמעו הכנעני וכל יושבי הארץ, ונוסמו עלינו, הכניסו שמנו מן הארץ, ומה תעשה לשמך הגדול. יהושע בן נון is going over here and he's governing. Now, in the Yalkut Shimoni, and it's like Gemara in Sanhedrin Yudalef, we find over there that some of the Maisim would call this to themselves. But let's start what we packed in Shulchan Aruch and Yeridea, Simem Shin Mem, Seivov, that Al Odom Kosher, right? Afal Pi She'eino Ygodel B'Torah, Afal Pi, that what he was not there by Yetzias Neshama, the person has to do Kriya. I have the Kroya Olav when the Misa and the Kvura. The Shach over there brings down that this is not only Befonov, but if he knows, that means, for example, being Misa and Kvura, and if he has to do Kriya or doesn't have to do Kriya. Now, if we take this possible, and we take the Sifri and Pashas of Hanon, the Sifri says that there are 36 people who are all tzaddikim. Yeah, no, but Menashe, we go left the other sheet at the one tzaddikim. Yeshua, when he finds out between the Misa to the Kvura, very good. Va'ikra sim lo yisov, right? Very good. He has to do the Kriya. Oh, but we look at the Ramah. The Ramah means, Yesh oimrim, the ein chayev likroya al odom kosher, elo ikein, oimet olo vishas yitzias neshomer. So why Yeshua does the Kriya? Only if he's standing over there in Yitzias Neshomer. So why he doesn't in the Yitzia? Elamai. Lefi what we say that this is Yorim ben Menashe. Yorim ben Menashe was the God Lador. The God Lador, Kol Yisrael. Everyone has to do the Kriya. So it's very good why you have to do a Kriya over here. Okay.